Hey everybody, Yankee here. You know, if you are a regular at one of our live chats, you are very aware that one of the things we've been thinking about starting in there is a cult. Our very own cult. You know, everyone should be in at least one cult in their life. A good cult is good for you every now and then. So we're thinking of starting a pro-gun cult of our own. Now, I know what a lot of you are thinking right now. Cults. They're about two things. Old men having sex with underage girls and taking everybody's money. Well, our cult's not going to be about that. You know, for one, I ain't interested in sex with underage girls, period. Or anyone else in this cult. Not going to happen. In fact, I would almost guarantee you that no one in this cult is going to be having sex with anyone else in this cult unless they're married to them, and probably not even then. Most of us are kind of at the age where we're over that. But there are some youngsters in here too, but they'll keep it in their pants. So none of that going on. No sexy time in this cult. Also, another thing about the cults, like people say, they make you sell all your stuff, move in together in some sort of smelly ranch in Montana or something like that. Not going to happen in this cult. This is going to be a totally telecommuting cult. I think that might be the first one ever. You keep your stuff. I'm sure you like your stuff. I like my stuff, and I don't want your stuff. So keep your stuff, and keep your stuff to yourself, like we said earlier in the no sexy time thing. But none of that's required. Plus, I don't want to live with a bunch of you people on like a big muddy ranch. That would get kind of smelly really fast. So not interested in that at all. So it's going to be telecommuting. You don't have to sell your stuff. You don't have to move. None of that stuff. So none of the bad things that people think of when they think of cults. Also, we're not going to commit suicide or anything like that. So none of the bad things. It's just going to be the good things. Hopefully one day we'll even get tax exempt status because, you know, a cult is just a religion. Religions are just cults. But, you know, fingers crossed for that. So right now, the things we have to do to really get this cult off the ground is we have to do a few things. We have to, one, come up with a name. We haven't done that yet. So if anybody's got any suggestions, we'll have to do that soon. We'll talk about it in the live chat. Two, we have to come up with a uniform. Now, we've got most of our uniform decided upon. It's going to be a printed tee, something, you know, like what I'm wearing right now. Preferably something from TYMP. You know, that way at least TYMP can make some money off of this. So probably a shirt from like my website. You can go over and look at those if you want. I'll put a link in the upper corner if you're thinking about joining the cult. Then a white bathrobe over that, boxer shorts, and tie-dyed Crocs. And we'll tell you why the tie-dyed Crocs here in just a little bit. That's a very important part of our cult. Now, as far as the boxer shorts, whether you wear something under them, that's up to you. But if you're going to be like our spokesperson on TV or something, if you're not going to, make sure they film you from just the waist up so that your dick doesn't pop out during the conference. So that's something you got to keep in mind when boxer shorts are part of the uniform. But like I said, we've got the boxer shorts, the printed tee, the tie-dyed Crocs, and the white bathrobe. We got to come up with some sort of headgear. We haven't done that yet. So we're almost finished with the uniform. So the other thing we need, other than a name and a uniform, is we need a deity. Cults always have some sort of religious basis, and we need to have that too, especially if we're going to get tax exempt status. We have to believe in some silliness to get that. So we need a deity. And the bad thing is all the good ones are taken. Jeebus, the spaghetti monster, Cthulhu, even Grover's taken. So we had to come up with one. So I decided to start doing some research, and I found some information on one that I thought was interesting. They first appeared on a rock face carving. There's an artist rendering of it here right now. As you can see, it's an octopedal creature in some comfortable footwear. And he seems to be well armed, and he is holding what appears to be a watermelon. So I did some more research. It turns out that this is the all-seeing, ever-ready Croctopus, who is the guardian of the cosmic watermelon, which is the totality of our existence, our entire dimension. He guards our entire dimension from all threats outside our dimension. And as you can see, he's very well armed in multiple different ways there. You can take that different ways. And he's wearing the Crocs. Those Crocs are part of our uniform. That's where it comes from, the Croctopus. So he is our deity. That's what I was thinking when I was looking into him. And then I found more information on him. I actually found a coin, and here's an artist rendering of that. That appears to be from 812 BC that shows him in all his glory, and it lets us know his name. His name is Phil. Phil the Croctopus. Phil the eternal Croctopus. The all-seeing, ever-ready, eternal Croctopus. Guardian of the cosmic watermelon. Now, you might be thinking this is kind of fishy, because if it is 812 BC, why does it say BC? They wouldn't know it's BC. And why is it in a $1 denomination when the United States isn't around for thousands of years yet? Well, there's some things going on here that are weird. But to the people who want to question those, I say, blasphemer. That's heresy. You are not trusting in Phil, our great cosmic protector. He exists outside time and space. Everything that ever was and ever will be, he can see all at once. So for him to see that it was 812 BC, or that eventually the dollar would be the main form of currency, that's no big deal. That's easy for Phil. He can do all that, just like the weapons he chose. He could choose his weapons from any time and place. That's why he chose a Beretta, a Smith & Wesson, and an AR-15. Because he is prepared. Now, of course, these are cosmic level Beretta, Smith & Wesson, and AR-15. Not like the ones we have. As you can see, they're far bigger than all of existence. But, like I said, questioning the great Croctopus is something that we will not allow. That is, like I said, heresy. So, all of that is very easily explainable if you just have faith in Phil. So, as of right now, seems like we've got everything we need except for a name. Like I said, we've got our deity, Phil, the all-seeing, all-knowing, ever-ready, eternal Croctopus, who is the guardian of the great cosmic watermelon. We've got our uniform, except for the hat, and, really determining whether you wear underwear underneath your boxer shorts or not. All we need now is a name. So, like I said, come to the live chats. We do them every night, 6 p.m. Pacific time, except for Monday and Wednesday when they're at 5 p.m. Pacific time. I'll put a link to that in the upper corner of this video where you can find those. So come on over, help us decide on our name, and join the cult. Like I said, it's really easy to do. Doesn't require anything of you. And maybe someday we'll have tax-exempt status. But for now, it's going to all be about, well, I don't know what it's about. We'll come up with that later. But like I said, we've got our deity. We've got our uniform. Now we just need a name. So all I can say now is I hope to see you in the live chat. And all hail Phil.